This is an interesting question here. This is from Core Shay.
Coder Shay.
Said, could there ever be an American professional skateboard league, kind of like the NFL or NBA? Certain cities would have teams and compete for a championship.
Yeah.
Not in my lifetime. I don't know.
I think when I first read this question, I was like, and I think, it would be hard to get to that point. I mean, to create like a league all over the place. But if skateboarders wanted to make some serious money and make that their living, like that would be the ultimate way where you could like have a salary, like just like the baseball players.
Yeah. It's a mini Olympics.
Yeah,
but
like a league. Yeah, it's a league,
right? But,
and it's like
teams
every year, once a year.
Like I'm on LA team.
Yeah.
How do you
like Brazil, like United States? But I'm saying similar to that, but on a smaller scale.
For sure.
But then like it's so subjective. How do you create?
It could be like the PGA Tour.
It could.
Well, the thing about PGA Tour is like there's the game to it, right? You hit the ball in the hole. Skateboarding, it's just like who does the better trick,
right?
So it's like it's hard to like if there was an end goal where like in the basketball game you get the most points wins.
Like even football, right? Football can be confusing. There's a lot of rules. It's whatever it is, but it's simple. It's like you score a touchdown, you get 6 points. You get the 1 point or the 2 point conversion.
Yeah.
It's like basketball. You put it in the hoop, you get 2 points or a 3 point. It's very easy to follow along. Skateboarding is not that easy, especially street.
Yeah.
There ain't no points. I think the closest thing we're going to get to is street league. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like an actual league, but it's a league within itself.
Yeah, there's only one league. Yeah. It's not like you're playing for teams or anything like that.
I think once you get teams involved, and it throws another caveat that I think people it would just take too much within the skateboard industry. That's just my point of view.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably could be done, but I think it definitely takes a lot of like complex thinking to get that to really reveal itself.
Every visit, every arena, it would just be a contest.
Yeah.
It would just be a contest.
You know where you could start it is high school. Like high schools against high schools, different like sectors, you know what I mean? Like you could do it like that.
Yeah, it's just like another competition. Like so you have to have the right judges and everything like that.
Totally.
Judges that can have the right criteria to do it and stuff like that.
That'd be kind of sick, like Santa Monica versus Ventura or whatever,
Ventura, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Big Sur City.
Never say never, but I don't know if it would pan out the way that we're thinking it would pan out.
Just the way that the industry's set up, it would take too much of like really honing in on how this would really happen, like how and getting all these companies together to make sure that it could happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
The closest thing that's happened so far, literally, is the Olympics.
Yeah.
You have countries that played for like who's gonna represent their country, and they all became a team. And that's how that's the closest I could see like of a team developing.
And there's a lot of mixed decisions about that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
for sure.
About the Olympics in general for skateboarding. But hey, we've evolved. We are here.
It's just it's weird because we going back to the point earlier of like bringing in outside entities that are owners in something like this, like
yes,
and then they want to start fining people and shit like you can't. That's just not skateboarders are not going to be
constricted around some shit like that.
I just don't see that happening.
It's too skateboarding is freedom in that sense. You know what I'm saying? So to have all these little like guidelines and when contest is enough, there's enough within that frame, to now like, again, I don't know.
It'd be tough.
It'd be tough. I would like to see maybe some chance of it, but again, it would take a lot of thought to really.
It would take a lot of thought and. That's a different type of skateboarder.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not even like that's not what we do here. Like, you know what I mean? That's like a full-on trained Olympian type.
Well,
like,
but I think,
but there's not a lot of those. There is, I guess.
Not yet.
Yeah, but if they train them like that, like I've heard of countries like taking people that weren't skaters and like, they did like they were in martial arts and they moved them over like, hey, you should start skating, and they taught them how to skate, and they're killing it now.
Yeah.
So. People are kind of.
I don't see it far off.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
but I don't know. When you try to compare it to like golf, for instance, it's like golf has again, you're hitting it into a hole and you're getting points based off of that. skateboarding doesn't have that. So it's like
Right.
there is a lot of
But golf is like an individual sport too.
and so is skateboarding.
Skateboarding
Yeah.
is- but
That's what he's saying.
But it's not subjective though. So golf is not subjective.
yeah,
To the,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like, oh, that it was a good hit, you get extra point for that. It's like no,
No.
whoever hits
Yeah.
it's
No.
the
Yeah.
Yes,
whatever it
it's
is.
already like
Yeah.
in place of like this is what it is.
Yeah.
You get in that hole in fucking four, you got a par.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's skateboarding is way more complex.
It is.
And you know,
The only game that skateboarding has, I feel like, that is like controlled on that level is a game of skate.
right.
That's the only thing I think that we have.
High ollie contest. Like there
Yeah.
are things.
Yeah.
But
But then you're
it's
breaking
gonna-
it down. I mean, if it were to be a league like that, then yes, you would need like, all right, we got this guy who's got high ollies.
Right.
We
Yeah.
got this guy who's good at street. We got this guy who's a vert. Like you would then have to break it up like that. But that's just
And it's super repetitive.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
going to be the same shit
The
every
long-
time.
longest
think about,
ollie,
like-
the highest ollie, like
yeah. And you do that at every city in these arenas. Like that's just I don't know.
yeah.
But if skaters wanted, if they were selling out arenas,
Yeah,
if
they
you
do-
wanted to make
If
some
they were
money,
selling-
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
you could make some.
Yeah,
That's how skaters
yeah,
can
dude.
make a living.
but like to sell out an arena, I feel like you got to be on some Nitro Circus, Boom Boom Huck Jam
Yeah.
type shit.
Yeah.
Like doing just a regular contest with, like it just I don't see that.
But it would
appealing to a lot of civilians.
it wouldn't be if you're talking about teams and representing places. You know what I mean? Like
in a
it's-
sense, but
it would be different because you would have people there supporting their city.
Yeah, I
And,
can see
like,
that.
make-
But
making-
okay,
Yeah.
so to draw a parallel, they started doing that in gaming. Do you know any of the city's teams in gaming?
I don't know gaming.
Exactly. So if somebody doesn't know skateboarding, just because the city has a team doesn't mean that they're naturally going to gravitate towards it.
But are you gonna go there and watch or see if you're part of? If you do know gaming and you like this, you're from the
Right.
city.
If
You're
you
gonna
know
go there.
that, yes. But I mean, we live in a bubble of skateboarding being the greatest thing in the world, but I don't think that transcends outside of that. So just because the city has a team, I don't feel like
We need good marketing.
Yeah.
do need great
Yeah.
marketing.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
definitely.
Dude, that would be
Absolutely.
crazy.
100%.
You look at a billboard and it's like Nigel riding for Los Angeles.
Dragons.
Yeah,
Los Angeles Dragons.
Dragons.
I feel like that would be in Canada.
It's a first animal.
That's a little
spitball right there.
thing that popped in.
the first animal you think of was a dragon.
Yeah,
Like,
dragon.
I would at least think the bears, like
Oh, it's like these people with their teams and
I
stuff.
mean,
It's kind of
for
like
sure.
I mean the Pelicans.
I know. Yeah.
The Hollywood
Very bizarre.
Aardvarks.
Yeah.
Hey, I like the sound of that.
It does have a nice ring to it.
But I don't know. It's like like could skateboarding get there? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. But if you think about it, like what's a sport that has actually come up and turned as big as like a baseball, football, soccer, basketball?
The lingerie
That-
football league.
Yeah, that fills arenas.
Yeah.
Like,
But
that hasn't really
unless-
happened.
Unless they find the way to make it like a point-based system where it like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know how you could do that with
The
skateboarding.
only-
But that's why I said the Street League has been the closest.
That's what I'm
I think.
saying.
It's been the closest as far as because there's points.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's a season. You know what
the
I mean?
closest
Right.
thing that I can relate to with skateboarding is ice skating.
Love ice skating.
No, like people do like the triple axles and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like judging wise,
Right.
Okay.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's the closest thing because judges sitting there on the side, it's not like they're doing the same tricks or anything. I don't think it's like literally the same type of sport, but judging criteria wise, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, but you could say gymnastics. You could say diving. There's
Yeah,
so many different
yeah.
things that are judged on points.
Yeah, so it's like you have 5 judges, whatever, and they
Yeah.
put their and it evens out or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's all. It just lives in that world, and there's nothing like that that's close to baseball or football. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like league wise, right?
Right.
For sure.
Like there still isn't like an ice skating like league, or I don't. Like,
We're
you know
in a
what I
league
mean?
of our own.
We're in a league of our
honestly.
own.
Yeah, but
League
put
of our
it this
own.
way: if that were to happen, would you not watch it?
Oh, it's not
Like
about that.
LA versus like whatever.
I
I'd
don't
be
know.
like,
I
yo,
don't-
let's go.
I don't
LA.
really tune into that many of the contests.
I would have to. I would give it a test run to see if I'm going to enjoy this.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
obviously it's skateboarding, so I want to see how this is being represented.
skateboarding, all
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But like,
But if it's something that,
Yeah, like what do you?
like I feel like there's a lot of teams in LA and Kansas City too that like are affiliated with the city, but I'm not paying attention to it.
Yeah.
Type shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a very interesting question.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think as skaters, I've thought about this kind of question before, because it is one of the ways, like skateboarders, especially nowadays, they don't make a lot of money. A lot of pro skaters work a job, have 2 jobs, and are a professional skateboarder, which I think is just, it sucks. It's fucking whack.
Dude, skateboarding is like one of the only professions where you can be a professional, have your name on product, and still have to work a 9 to 5.
It's
or
whack.
different jobs.
It's fucking lame, because these people, I mean, it's beside the point, but, there's reasons why these professional athletes get paid so much. It's because they're selling out arenas, and these owners have so much money to formulate the best team, and they're taking riders, they're taking players from this team over here, drafting them over to their team and this and that.
Yeah.
So it's not just, LA team. Like it would be this whole drafting and people from different places and stuff like that. But it's, on Kelly's point, it would be kind of, as far as I can see right now, it would be the only way to actually make skateboarders a lot of money, and it would only be a handful of people.
And that's when you get corporations involved, and that's when shit changes.
And that's what Street League tried to do, right?
Unless skateboarding just crazy exploded over the next 10 years, but it's just, skateboarding is this wave. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. Companies go out of business. It's like, it's never a constant flow. I don't know. It always makes me depressed when I think that there's some of the best skateboarders out there and they're working a day job and trying to be a professional skateboarder. I think it's fucking whack.
It's hard, man.
Well, I mean, it's the way the industry's been built. You know what I mean? It's not. Skateboarders have built what they can build. You know what I mean? And there's like a threshold. And I think that obviously with big shoe companies getting involved and these are helping get these skateboarders some money.
Yes.
But if it ever got to a point where it was like a corporate entity or corporate structure trying to really come in and infiltrate, we wouldn't allow it. I just don't think, as far as from a board's perspective. But obviously shoes and fucking clothing,
drinks
and all that shit. Like that's just a
I still
a luxury
feel
that
that
comes with the dudes that can actually
there
carry
are
that
the
flag.
shoe companies out there, right? But I think the majority of the drink companies, they go after the podium people. They go after the people who are actually going to be in front of like a camera and an audience.
Yeah, to get visibility.
Yeah. And like, I'd like to see that changed. It's like cool. Like, I mean, listen. There's people. There's
change though. Why? Oh, like do they have to sponsor everyone?
Not everyone, but like have more of a diverse.
They give opportunities to dudes that are not in contest.
100%.
I see a lot of the younger
saying?
generation getting sponsored. I'm like, that's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah.
Like
these companies also have to adapt to what's like cool, you know what I'm saying, and what's like in the moment cool. Like a lot of these kids that are fucking like have all these crazy followers and don't have no sponsors, those kids are like, that's relevant now. You know what I mean? Especially for these corporate companies, they look at numbers. Yep. So if you got fucking 100,000 followers and you ain't got no fucking sponsors, that's still fucking they'll amuse that. They'll look at that and be like, well, at least he's got followers.
Yeah.
And that's
he's speaking to somebody. Like, this person.
Someone's fucking with him.
Yeah.
So there's different ways of this, but dude, it's this. I don't know if we could ever get to a point where we could have a gnarly skateboard league. I think, again, I'm going back to Street League and what they built. I think that's probably the
closest.
No, it's the closest it's ever.
That's the top.
Yeah, it is the top. It is
top.
the contest.
Yeah.
If there was one, like reverse engineer the whole thing. Like, what would you want to see? Like, what would grab your attention?
I think skateboarding is so authentic to all of us that it would be so weird for us to see it go to that level.
Yeah,
but and that's again, that's doing a disservice to us because we want to get to that promised land and where
Olympics,
where everybody's really eating. And really not having to get that extra job.
But look at the Olympics, though. There was such a divide there, too. It's like some people were for it and a lot of people weren't for it. So it's like there's always going to be that. But I don't know, man. I don't see it happening. But what I would like to see, I couldn't even tell you, man. I mean, we went through the high ollie contest. We went through some of the stuff that, makes sense.
You would like to see people go into stadiums to basically make sure these guys get paid really well. If you go into a stadium, what do you want to see as an event?
Well, see, that's the thing. That's hard because for us as all being street skateboarders, like obviously what we want to see isn't what's going to sell out arenas. What would sell out arenas is fucking Danny Wade jumping fucking Great Wall of China.
What's already been there. It's already been on the table.
That's what I'm saying. So like the big air stuff, that's what's the wow factor to everyday civilians that don't know about skateboarding. When you get them in, like even the announcers at the Olympics couldn't even get the names of the tricks right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so how is that going to translate to just regular everyday people? It's just
the thing that's cool. The Street League has about it that there's a technique to the game, if you want to call it, the strategy to it. Yeah. Like you got to know.
And you can see people climbing the ladder.
You can see people do it. Like, oh, all I need is that trick to get to that next spot. Like, you know what I mean? So I need to get like an 8.5. So I got this trick for that spot. Like, and that's where the game of it is coming along like this a little bit, where like you're starting to become a sport a little to an extent, or more of a strategy.
I feel like in the beginning though, that was kind of not a downfall, but that was like to Street League's detriment, because then Chaz would go and like, oh, I just need to do a crooked grind on the big section for my last trick, and then it's just like
he blows it.
Anticlimactic. You know what I'm saying? It's like anticlimactic. It's like that when you're playing that game, then that gets a little weird too.
But that made it pretty exciting though. To me, I was like, damn, you fucked up on a cricket. Like,
yeah, because he was trying to be strategic, and he tried to take not the easy route, but the easy route to fucking get to that first place. You know,
but that was all he should have done, and he fucked up.
Yeah,
like he just fucked up. I mean, like Chad's awesome, but like he just it was like that nerve.
Those moments.
He probably, when that happened, I remember watching that and be like, dude, that was like a freak accident. You know what I mean? But that's just that's what happens in that.
I agree with. You okay, LD?
Yeah, I'm good.
I agree with Walker Studio over here on the chat. He says dime contest is the only contest we need.
That one's
I love
bro.
that. That's just
the
fun.
dime contest.
That's
So
fun.
good.
I mean, those dime could literally sell at arenas. Like if they did like some ridiculous
shit like that.
They do it big like that? Hell yeah. I think they could do some things for sure.
I mean, they do.
It attracts a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
It really
I
does.
love it.
for
I want to
sure.
go to a dime
I
contest.
do too.
You know what's sick? You know what's sick I thought about? Like, dude, how about like betting? Like, I don't condone betting, but
They do.
I thought you said betting. Like
betting.
Bro, when
I
you
thought you said betting.
like the
betting on your
Like,
bed.
like imagine like Street League though. Like if you like are at Vegas,
can.
in Vegas, and
you
you're
can.
like, that's
DraftKings.
amazing.
Bro, on DraftKings and these things that you can bet
Street
on.
League is
people.
on there.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Street League, the Olympics.
you can't do it
Amazing.
in California though.
It's illegal in California. You
Yeah.
can't.
Okay.
But yeah, it's on there.
That's so
Sick.
sick.
I didn't know that.
Because then that way, I'm just thinking, like then you're like, even if you don't skate, and
That's
you
sick.
bet on shit, like you could bet on that, and it's kind of fun because it's something new. I would bet on, ping pong or something, like I don't know shit about really.
Download
ping
the
pong.
app, man. Use a VPN.
Roll the dice.
Roll the dice. Use roll dice.
Thank you for the question,
great question.
Coder Shay. I don't know if we'll ever answer this question or if we'll ever see something like that happen. I don't know. I can't see it. I would like something like that maybe, but maybe I don't. I have mixed emotions maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I like skateboarding, raw and unfiltered.
Yeah.
That's how
But
we
at
all
the same
skate.
time, yeah.
We all grew
So
up that way. It was like
when you do see it filtered, you're just kind of it. For me, that leaves a little bad taste in my mouth.
Feels
So,
inauthentic.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I
But
think we
that's
got-
just
again,
our era.
I think we got there with Street League. I think we'd be teetering like a little bit overboard if there anything went beyond Street League. I think we would be looking at it a little different.
A little
You know what I'm
sideways?
saying? Yeah, we'd be looking at it a little sideways. But I think what Street League has done is the closest thing to what is presented out there as far as leagues are concerned.
There you go. We'll leave it at that.
where is that like button? Right? Is it right here or right here?
Just a little scroll coming down the bottom.
It's
Subscribe.
over to it's on your
It's on my
left.
right? It's on
No,
my
on your
left.
left.
Hey,
Yeah,
hit
right
that
there.
button right there.
Right there.
Right
Yeah,
there.
please.
The like button's kind of like in the middle there. It's like we're kind of
it's like right here?
Kind of.
Like
yeah,
right
and the
there?
subscribe's like over to the left.
It's like right over there. All right.